Hi there, Leo. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to March, and you are all ready to go. Leo, I will say this. I was shuffling before I turn on the camera, and out popped the Ten of Cups in reverse. And just now, we had the Two of Wands pop out, upright. Speaking to decisive action, looking at something very clearly, and really assessing how we want to channel our fire energy, alongside the Hierophant in reverse. Okay. Let's continue to shuffle, and then we'll address the cards that popped out. Nonetheless, Leo, I feel that you are going to be looking at something, if not already looking at something, sort of head on. Like you really want to take a sort of a straight look at it, right? And it's almost like you're being required, in a way similar to the Sagittarius vibe that I got when I did Sagittarius's reading for March. There was very much a feeling of almost being held under the spotlight in some way, needing to make a decision, right? Being under a pressure of some sort, but I'm feeling that it's by your own will, Leo. It's by your own will, and it's almost like that's it. Like I'm looking at this head on, and I'm doing what I need to do, and it seems to be a big deal for you here. You have a lot of cards popping out, Leo. Okay, Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands. Interesting, 7-7. Five of Wands, Daughter of Cups in reverse, Nine of Cups upright, Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay. Yes, this is absolutely significant, Leo. This is absolutely significant. Flipping over the deck, we have the Emperor. Overlaying. Wow. The Six of Wands. And overlaying the Eight of Pentacles. Overlaying the High Priestess in reverse. Kind of similar to the energy that's coming through with the Hierophant in reverse. Similar, right? Two very wise characters in the major arcana, both in reverse, so we'll get to that. And Temperance. Temperance upright, okay? So, and this is the sort of theme. Lots going on for you, Leo. Lots going on. 1 second here. All right. And the spreads for the signs have been rather atypical as I've been doing them, right? I'm like trying to do the Celtic cross, but the cards just keep flying out in chunks, and it's a storytelling of its own. So I'm going to go with it as it comes. Let's follow the sequence that the cards provide us, all right? Okay, first and foremost, Leo, this I'm feeling has to do with your career. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling it has to do with your career, if not your career, just something that that you feel, right, or that you contribute to, that you feel brings you a sense of stability into the long term in some shape or form. Okay, and one that regards your capabilities as an individual, right? It's sort of, you know, when we see the Emperor card, it's sort of a reminder, right, of the domain, right? The upkeeping of a domain of some sort that we feel very responsible for in some way, right? The Emperor has his domain, the Emperor or her domain. It can be, absolutely, it bypasses the gender binary for sure. But it's an energy, right, that speaks to a sense of responsibility, and one by which we play a very active role, us, who we are, right? And it can involve absolutely creativity, Okay, absolute creativity. It's a very enterprising card in and of itself. The Emperor is Aries' card. So it's fire and earth sort of mixed together, right? There's a tree on this card, speaking to stability, speaking to career, finances in some way, as I'm especially feeling it for you here in the spread. But then you also have, right, this blazing sun, moon, right, figure up top, speaking to the implementation, right, of our fire energy, of our creativity. So there's a feeling absolutely of a domain or a project that we are contributing to that is creative, that speaks to our creativity, our inner fire, our very personal, right? Our personal assets that we bring forward and contribute to anything that we are involved in, right? Again, that I'm feeling is connected to your career in some shape or form. So this can be entrepreneurial, Leo. This can be entrepreneurial, absolutely. What's interesting is you have the Emperor and the Empress together in your spread. So you have a pair, right? Empress in reverse. Let me tune in here. Mm-hmm. Okay, Leo, I'm sensing that this is, there needs to be a shakeup of some sort. There needs to be a shakeup of some sort with whatever it is that you have been contributing to. Okay, it needs to be redefined, it needs to be reinvented in some shape or form in such a way that that speaks to you on a more sentimental level, on a more creative level, on one where it's like you really truly feel like your whatever it is that you're putting and you're channeling into this project is of your even soul identity, right? You need to feel very much personally, individually invested in whatever you're doing. You have up top in the left-hand corner 3 cards that popped out that speak to that reservoir of creative energy, right? The Empress in reverse, the Son of Cups in reverse, the 5 of Cups upright. Take a look at these 3 cards together. And it's interesting because you have 3 cards, and the Empress is the number 3 in the major arcana, right? So it's sort of like speaking to stability, right? The harnessing of, it's a very fertile card, very creative card, right? The fusion between creativity and sustenance. So, I'm getting, right, this is something creative that you want to reinvent. Taurus has been getting a similar energy for the past few months. It's sort of like the reinvention, okay, of old ways, right? Of this is almost like this is what it's been maybe for you, okay? You've maybe been the Emperor, and that's what it's sort of been, but you want to like reinvent the Emperor in a way to be more in touch with the emotional side of whatever you're doing, that which is perhaps even more creative, but in such a way that is very personal, right? You're putting your personal stamp on it. That's what I'm feeling. We want to put your personal stamp on it. And whatever perhaps the situation is, and especially because you have the Emperor overlaying this desire to rise above old ways. Transformation, the chrysalis, right? But you have, right, a card speaking to relentless hard work, being almost entrapped in a situation, in an environment, in a surrounding where we feel indebted to that environment or situation in some way, where we are somewhat maybe even locked in, contractually perhaps, right? This card speaks to that feeling of being very... right, sort of enveloped in a network, in an environment, maybe a company, right, that is not inspiring to you, right? Not as much as we are seeing it here, with the aspiration of embarking on a more creative journey that speaks to us, right? This is like the artist card, right? In reverse. So I want to get to it. There's so much going on for you, Leo, but there's a burst, there's a push, a very exciting, enterprising, creative energy for you. Okay, I'm feeling it's like you're being pulled in that direction. You want that. That's what you want, and there's no going around it, right? But you have had, it seems, a lot of strong sort of your base. You have a base camp that you're like still you need to hang out in, right? To still tend to things, perhaps, right? The Emperor is grounded, right? It is grounded in a way as well. Even though there is fire, it's the creative liberty I'm feeling is not seen as much as it's seen on the Empress card, right? It's like she takes full creative liberty. The Emperor is more like holding down the fort a little bit, right? And especially I'm getting that feeling in particular with the cards that I'm seeing beneath it. Eight of Pentacles and this wedged in desire to break free, right? Okay. Now, perhaps, due to this incessant work that you've needed to tend to, right? That does not speak to your, perhaps, intuition, your deeper creativity, right? Whatever it may be. You might not have been able to tap into, right? A more creative zone, one that is more spiritual, one that is more intuitive, right? With High Priestess in reverse. So, but you've needed patience and you've had patience. You've been waiting it out. Absolutely, it feels. Absolutely. Okay. Oh, okay. Leo. Okay. And this situation has not been emotionally satisfying for you, whatever it has been in the past, whatever it may feel that you are stuck to in some way, is not emotionally satisfying for you, okay? And it has not been. And you want, right, to embark on a new journey, maybe even in a way of like the lone wolf kind of thing, right? Where you're like, okay, I've been the Emperor. I've played this role. I've been, right, so heavily relied upon, and I've been performing my duties, right? But I'm not inspired here, and I want to go out. I want to set out on my own, even if it means, right, sacrificing this image that I have maintained in my environment, whatever it may be, right? Leo. I'm now recalling, I'm getting the feeling again of your past readings. You have had, I remember specifically, strength, right? There was this dichotomy between strength and perhaps the Emperor as well, versus the foray into a more creative, more independently driven endeavor. Project, venture, whatever it may be. Something entrepreneurial, absolutely. Okay, so we're seeing this dichotomy yet again. But this front that you want to let go of, I'm feeling it, is still kind of the face of the show, right? And it's almost like you're putting on this face, you're putting it on, right? You're like, okay, I have to fulfill my duties that I'm technically responsible for, and I may be contractually bound to it yet again for some of you. But underneath it all, I want to rise and fly into a place of more color. Absolutely, Leo. Absolutely. You want color. I'm feeling that. You want color. You want expression, right? I feel like there's so much rigidity in whatever it is that you are bound to. Whatever it is, this is like a blank canvas for you, and not even a blank canvas. It's like it's been colored in with pencil, and it's just gray. It's a gray tone monochrome sort of canvas, and you are sort of just sketching, right? And you're like, I want to take my paintbrushes these kind of look like paintbrushes, right? I want to take my paintbrushes and my crayons and all my my creative craft, set tools. I want to create. I feel like you're not creating whatever it is that you are engaged in right now. You're not creating. You're not feeling creative, and you want to put an end to this cycle. You want to put an end to this cycle, okay? You want to transform, right? You're like, this old me, whatever this is, this needs to go. This needs to go, and I need to make the decision. Yes, I need to make the decision. I'm not maybe even able to make the decision yet because I'm so freaking involved in whatever it is that I'm involved in, right? I need to put on this front, this face. I am the emperor. This is my title in a way, right? Whatever it may be. And I'm feeling like a corporate vibe versus a startup vibe. All right? Right? One that is like, we are locked into the sort of regimented, more conventional way, right? Or formation of a company versus having more free reign and will. Absolutely, with what we're doing. More independently driven. Okay. Okay, Father of Swords. See, the cards are just telling their own story, Leo. Their own story, Leo. I'm going through the theme, and the story is coming through very clearly. Father of Swords in reverse, overlaying the Ten of Wands in reverse, overlaying Judgment. Wow. And the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. And the Lovers in reverse. This is significant. And the Two of Cups upright. And the Tower. Leo. Okay. I'm sensing, right? Decision needs to be made. You're not able to yet make this decision for whatever reason. Father of Swords is appearing beneath that decision and that decision-like energy. This may be somebody you have to face in making that decision. You're not able to face that person, perhaps, or you're just not simply able to take this stance, right, of clarity, of utmost clarity with the decision that you want to make quite yet. So this is almost like maybe the persona you're going to need to take on when you make this decision, perhaps, or this can yet again be a person that you need to face in some shape or form once you make this decision, okay? Which again is in pending. This is pending energy, as is the Ten of Wands, the end of an old cycle, the end of a way of doing things in your past, okay? Also in pending, waiting on this decision to be made, for action to be taken, right? And the wheels to be set in motion, which we're seeing with the Wheel of Fortune beneath. Judgment, rising above, letting all of these. This is fascinating, Leo. The way that the story is telling itself here is very, very telling, okay? Let's really go through it. 10 of Wands, letting it go, right? Letting all of the wands go, dropping, just like leaving the situation, like packing your stuff up, goodbye, that kind of thing, right? Rising, even look, right? Color scheme wise, this is like of a darker hue, right? As we see at the bottom of Judgment with the bird rising. Rising like the butterfly that we see right beneath the Emperor, right? It's like, this is so interesting, okay? Because Sagittarius got a similar energy of like, the reading was like an envelope within an envelope within an envelope, and you're like, wait, there's another envelope? All right, and you open it, there's another envelope. So it's like, there's a lot going on here for you, Leo. A lot going on here. And it's like the cards, it's like macro, micro, alluding to, foreshadowing almost, right, what is to come. Because this theme, right, is so, it's being echoed, right, through the theme as we're seeing it, if you can see that, right? And if you can sense that. So regardless, letting old ways go, right? It's almost like it's almost like, right, being so involved in something, like, even, okay, this is an example. Right, like you study so hard for a test, right, or a class in school, and you have, like, at the end of the semester, whatever it is, a big stack of papers and books and whatever else, and but then after your last test, right, you're like, I can throw all this away now, right? And it's like just that feeling of taking all of those papers and just throwing them away. That's like the feeling I'm getting. I'm also feeling like a filing cabinet, right? Just like being that moment where you're like, I'm now able to get rid of all of this shit, right? Like that kind of thing. Like pulling out the drawers and just packing up your stuff, wiping off your table, getting your bag. There's oh my gosh, there is a scene, the epitome of what I'm feeling here. The Proposal, the movie The Proposal, and at the very end, it's with Sandra Bullock and don't remember his name, but at the end of the movie, there's this last scene. I believe it's at the end of the movie. Yeah, she's like packing up her stuff, right? She's moving out of her office. Whatever, right? She was like a main character. Okay, she played a lead sort of position. She was, I think, the head of this company, right? Wherever she was. And then at the end, she's like packing up her stuff and just, pushing everything off the table and getting the boxes ready. And it was all like, it was a big show and everybody was like, oh, you're leaving. Like, it was very dramatic. So I'm getting that kind of feeling. Leo, where it's like up and out. Just up and out. And you're going to rise. You're going to transform. You're going to rediscover yourself, right? And what awaits you, inevitably, inherently, is mystery, right? Is mystery. Right? The wheel turns when it turns the way it's meant to, right? Where it's meant to. But you are okay with that, I'm feeling. You're like, I am ready to enter the jungle. Like, I'm tired of this regimented, world where it's like things are so clearly delineated and everything is so, like, prescribed. I'm done with that. I want freedom. I want freedom and I want color. And, right? Even if it means, right, not having the stability and the security of whatever it is I'm entrapped, or locked into, bound to in some way, or feel responsible towards, I'm okay with letting that go and surrendering to the Wheel of Fortune, right? Fate's card, so to speak. Whatever comes at me, I want to experience it. I think you're at that point, you're like, I want to experience the rush, the roller coaster, right? Strap me in. I'm ready to go. And that's beautiful, right? And like I remember for you, Leo, that in your previous themes, themes, right? In your readings, the themes in your readings, you had, right, this sort of there was an emphasis on career, absolutely on career, but there was also this sort of junction, right, of also love, emotion, sentimentality, sensitivity, vulnerability, right? The dichotomy of these two. And you had the Lovers come up for you quite a few times, as I remember it, as sort of like the escape. The escape. Once all is said and done, once all of this process, whatever it is that you've been so wrapped up in, is over with finally, you will be able to fly. There's so much alluding to the element of flight. You have so many birds in your spread here. So many. And so contrasted to feelings of stagnancy, feelings of entrapment, feelings of being boxed in, caged in some way, right? Regiment versus creativity, curiosity, right? The two dichotomies. So I'm sensing that by way of this transformation and change, when you transform yourself and your environment and your surroundings, right, and your role, then your environment changes. Then your relationship changes, right, with other people. And it could be with a significant other, absolutely, right? Or somebody who you feel very close to, right? Maybe that has been at the mercy in some shape or form of this workload, whatever it's been for you, of this transformation. It's almost like you needed to get this done before you could, right? You could embark on this escapade, this adventure, this journey with whoever it is, this loved one, somebody who is very close to you, family, friend, very close friend, or spouse, partner, whatever it may be, okay? Where you can really, right, then enjoy in peace, in true peace, right? The stillness and the quietness of that moment that you share, right, together is something that I'm feeling you've been wanting to tap into, but you've been unable to, right? Because of all of this white noise or whatever it is. And because you've been personally unfulfilled, right? Because we're seeing very much an independent individual sort of identity and transformation and uprooting that's taking place that then leads to and bleeds into, right, again, our relationships with others. Okay, so it's been this need of transformation on an independent level before you can partake in a more free, freedom-loving, freescape endeavor, and absolutely a creative one as well. Okay? And at the base of it, at the very base of everything, right, is the need to take down what does not serve us, the structures that do not allow us to pursue our soul fulfillment and truth, our soul satisfaction, our soul calling, right? The Tower speaks to a situation, or whatever it is, right? Whatever engagement we have, that is like we engaged in, that was bound to come down someday, right? That was bound to transform, right? And so now is the time. That's what I'm feeling. Now is the time. There's going to be a major change for you. And it's going to speak to you on a very personal level, on a very individual level of how you identify yourself in the world, right? How you see yourself in the world and how you see yourself in relation to the people around you, right? And whatever reservoir, right, of creative sentimentality or vulnerability or emotional sensitivity this brings out in you, right? That is now going to be sort of at a greater disposal that you can use and channel either into a new project or through your relationships with others, right? That sensitivity, you're now able to channel that and to access that. Whereas before, and perhaps maybe now, I'm feeling this on the 19th of February, is perhaps, right, at a standstill. Still locked in. We're preoccupied, it seems, right? It's like a constipation a little bit, right? It's like an energetic constipation, feeling like I can't focus on that right now. I feel like I need to do this. Like, if that's not too graphic for you guys, it's all natural, right? 10 of Cups in reverse, speaking to the release, speaking to the outpouring, right? All of these emotions, our inner being, our inner self, our true colors, right? We have feelings, right? We're not just slugging away, right? This can be the identity that we take on, but like deep inside, right? Who is the spider? The spider has feelings. The spider has emotions. The spider, even if he seems like he's just, it's like factory line work, but that is still a human. Whoever is doing that is still a human. And that human and that soul has emotions, has a reservoir of expression that is awaiting to be unleashed, is awaiting. So there's been a repression. Absolutely, there's been a repression of that side of yourself, I'm feeling, Leo. But expression is coming. Absolutely. And you have been, right, emotionally kind of in the down and out. Emotionally unsatisfied with whatever the situation is. Emotionally unsatisfied, kind of like waiting, when can I actually embark on this new exciting journey of the Son of Cups and right, contributing to my more creative side. And perhaps, look, you do have the Emperor and the Empress as a couple, right? In your spread. This could be partnership Absolutely partnership, okay? A partnership of some sort, maybe with a loved one, maybe with a spouse of some sort, right? Where you guys are embarking on this together, maybe, but the wheels are not yet in motion, yet again, right? Because you still have this identity that you are obligated to uphold in some way, Leo, okay? Now, you know what it's like, Leo? It's like this. It's almost like, okay, because the energy is so, it's like distant, very distant. It's like this, and this is like a big stack. This is like the deck, right? And there's just like, the story is like so dense right here in this stack. But then you have this like new enchanting beginning waiting for you over here. It's like, I'm waiting for you, honey, like that kind of thing. The Emperor is like, I'm over here, I gotta take care of this first before I can join you, right? Before I can join you over here. So there's maybe even a physical distance and an element of time, right? That stands between this transformation that you want to make, okay? And there's a lot that goes into it, a lot there's a whole process that's awaiting you, okay, with death and justice and Father of Swords. There's a lot, right, that needs to be, you need to go through the archives, the files, throw things out, right, pay your dues, say what you need to say, etc., right? But this new beginning is awaiting you. A creative new beginning is awaiting you. Now, let's go over here. So many Cups cards. So many Cups cards, Leo. And Wands. Swords, kind of, right? Not really. The emphasis is on emotion and action, creativity and passion. The swords that we see for you are those that allude to a feeling of engagement, a feeling of that resisting sort of energy, right? Of like not being able to say what we want to say, feeling at odds with our environment, feeling a little bit, this is like the passive aggressive card a little bit too, right? If you look at the fox, he's like coiled on this one sword that's pointing in this direction. But then like all of these other 6 swords loom above him and are pointing in the other direction, right? But the fox is like just peeking out. The fox is not like, you know, really making a huge deal about his discontent. He's like peering out, right? But he doesn't want to like make a big deal out of it. But clearly there's discord. Clearly there's like a discomfort, right? Within the situation and environment that he's in. And I'm feeling that this has to do, or her, or they, whoever this refers to. I'm feeling it's you though, Leo, okay? This, right? It depicts, I'm feeling at odds with your environment, but feeling like you're at the mercy of the environment in some sort of way. Given these 2 cards especially, right? That we're seeing. Absolutely. And so you like need to remain in the situation. You're like, gotta stick to it, right? Gotta stay here for some reason. But I feel like I don't click with these people, right? Like you feel like me against them, sort of feeling like it's kind of disharmonious, okay? But it's internalized and it's pent up and it's not communicated, right? It's not outspoken. Not yet. You have a lot, right? You have a lot that you want to express. There's a lot that is repressed in you that is not coming out, right? That you're withholding. So, and this can even be in matters of opinion, right? Within your environment. So maybe wherever it is that you are sort of bound to, whatever network of people this may be, it's kind of like you guys don't really see eye to eye on everything. Okay, so very, very interesting, Leo. Why? Because I'm seeing pairs. I'm seeing pairs. I'm seeing the pair of the Emperor and the Empress. I'm seeing the pair of the Son of Cups and the Daughter of Cups. I'm seeing the Two of Cups. I'm seeing the Lovers, and I'm seeing Two of Wands. I'm feeling something that involves another person, absolutely. I'm just going to say that. I feel that this involves another person and someone who is very close to you, who you feel you want to, in some shape or form, join forces with, partner up with, right? In some way. With this new journey that awaits you. Okay? It's like putting two heads together. That's what I'm feeling. But the journey, wherever it is you're moving to, is inherently mysterious. But it's almost like you both, and if it's two people, you both, and if it's not just yourself, you're putting so much, like you're like willing, it's like you're going into something feeling like, all right, we don't know what this is going to really lead to. We don't know, right? But we feel compelled to do it, and we want to I'm going to put all my cups in, and you're going to put all your cups in, and we're going to contribute to this together in such a way that is mutual, right? In such a way that actually engages, I'm being drawn to my rose quartz crystal, that engages both of our senses of compassion, both of our personal identities, right? The Emperor, the Empress, who am I? Who are you, right? What do we care about? What do we want to create, right? What do we want to create together, all right? And it's the contribution of those two sort of those mutual energies, right? That you hope, right, is going to lead you to and along this new enchanting journey. Daughter of Cups in reverse. But I'm sensing you both are hopeful about this, right? It's like the Nine of Cups is upright. It's like whatever this is that you guys are thinking about is not yet released, is not yet exposed in some way to the public. But underneath the surface, there's a lot there's a lot of like, how to explain it? There's like brimming under the surface is this planning, aspiring, right? Aspiration, dreaming, even imagining what it is that you guys want to create. But it's like under the surface, even literally, but also in terms of what you guys, in and of yourself, inherently know this, whatever you create will lead to, if that makes sense. So inherently, within this process, right, it's very much a wheel of fortune sort of energy, where it's like, we don't really know, right? Like what we're gonna get, like Jeopardy style. When we like turn that wheel, we don't know what it's gonna land on. All we know is we want to turn the wheel and see what we get. We're compelled. We're driven, right? It's not totally like we don't know. It's like we are being driven by our souls, right? We are being compelled, pushed to magnetize towards this turning of the wheel, right? Towards this spinning our luck, so to speak, right? Entering the gate of destiny, of fate, right? Something that is more risky, maybe even, but something that's exhilarating, that's enthralling, that is just speaks to you on a very deep level, right? On a personal level, you're going to put both of your colors to canvas, is what I'm feeling. If it's two people, and I'm getting that it's two people, I'm really getting strongly that it's two people. Daughter of Cups in reverse, though, right? It's almost like either she's waiting for you or you're waiting for her also. Maybe both of you are not ready for this yet. It's very interesting. Daughter of Cups right beneath Son of Cups. They are mirroring each other. Okay? So there's a feeling of pending. There's a feeling of pending, but emotionally, you both are like putting all of your energy and your love and your attention and your dreams towards this. Whatever it is, you're feeling so drawn in. It's almost like you know the feeling. It's like my soul is with you, my heart is with you, but like physically, I'm here. I can't be there yet. It's like that kind of feeling. All right. It's like that kind of feeling. Now, 5 of Wands. Okay. And Libra, I believe Libra got this card in her last reading. In their last reading, right? 5 of Wands speaks to considering options, right? Maybe this Daughter of Cups is considering options, is thinking about options. Maybe this Daughter of Cups doesn't quite know. Maybe that's why this energy is showing up with the Moon as well. Is right trying to form a very clear vision and a very clear path of how we want to move forward. But it seems there are a lot of different options, a lot of different ways of doing things, right? Which one? What do you want to contribute all of your cups to? What is the final sort of pinnacle of this is what we want to do, this is what we want to create, this is what we want to put all of these, right? It's like, how big do we want our canvas to be, what size, what shape? Like that's the kind of thinking, so that we know where do we paint, where do we draw, where do we sketch, where do we etch. But you're considering there are a lot of options, and there could be a feeling of like chicken without the head on, right? Trying to make sense of these options in such a way that is channeled very directly, right? With the 2 of Wands. It's good that you have the 2 of Wands upright, because it speaks to, there being progress being made, right? Within this 5 of Wands. It's not like 5 of Wands and like total utter chaos. It's like, all right, we just have options, but we are putting our heads together, or just putting, right, my mental focus on driving clear through our options. Okay, achieving clarity with that. Now, you also have the 7 of Wands. Interesting, Wands, and then the 7 of Swords. So yeah, okay, Leo, 7. Interesting, because you have 2 Swords cards sandwiching this fan of cards here that we're seeing. And within it, on the right side, are 2 fire cards, and on the left side, 2 water cards. And it's a 7 and an 8 on the Swords cards on the outer positions of this fan. Let me tune in. Hold on. Make sure. Yes. Okay. We have charge. Computer's not going to die on us here. Okay. So I'm feeling, Leo, the Swords cards speak to energy that is circumstantial, right? And within your circumstance, there's so much underneath the surface, right? And we're seeing this delineation of energy yet again. It's like macro, micro, exterior, interior, right? Expression, repression. So these 2 cards are what bracket the energy of these 4 cards. Fire, water. Planning, igniting passion, maybe partnering, embarking on a creative journey. But then circumstance is what is sort of closing off. Like, it's like the start and the end, right? The start and the end to this circumstance needs to be eliminated, right? In order for this energy to then have the room to breathe and open and spread its wings and fly, right? So much flight. Themes of flight for you. So, Leo. Okay, two things, right? Two things. If this is a partnership, if this is a person, it could, this fan, this sub-fan of cards that flew out could be speaking to, and I'm feeling this is a female, okay? Perhaps, or the one who taps into their more feminine traits, perhaps, right? Because we all have both sides. If this is a person, it's almost like you're waiting for her or them to sort out what they want vision-wise with this new beginning. Like their end of things. Like for them to get straight with what they want to do. Because, right, you have like the 5 options, and then you have 7 is like lighting the match to one of those wands, right? Achieving clarity within. It's an aha moment, right? It's the kindling of passion, the rekindling of passion even. So it's almost like you're waiting for that person to decide and click with, oh, this is what I want to do. Yeah, this is what I want, right? This is what speaks to me personally. And I'm sensing that is going to come together with sort of your end of it. And maybe you guys are going to merge together. But inherently there's mystery. Like neither one of you really know where things are going or where things will go, because it's still very much, it seems, within the process of things. All right? But, right, again, circumstantially, not able to really communicate yet, at least even publicly, about this. But there is absolutely a transformation that took place, and if this is another person, it's in regards to that person. They have transformed in some way, they've broken out of something in some shape or form, but they're not yet able to move forward, right? If this is like past, future, they're not able to move forward yet on that. It's still like, this is all very much brimming under the surface sort of energy for them as well. Now, if it's not another person, then this can simply be speaking to your energy, Leo, your personal energy of needing to, within this creative journey, needing to clearly identify what it is, in what direction you want to go with this new beginning. But again, feeling bound to your environment, not being able to act on this energy, for this energy to actually spread its wings and rise, right? But I'm feeling it's another person, Leo, okay? Now, over here, on the right side, right next to the theme deck, are these 3 cards. 10 of Cups in reverse, Hierophant in reverse, 2 of Wands upright. There's a focus, Leo, on. 2 of Wands is pointing right up at my citrine crystal, okay? Citrine crystal speaking to fire, passion, right? Magnanimous energy, joyous, jovial energy, right? Being very optimistic, open-minded, excited, right? It's very fiery. So 2 of Wands is pointing up at that. It's almost like the deciding, right? The channeling and the focusing and the vision on what brings that fire, right? What arouses that feeling, that fire within me. And so I feel that there's a focus, even if it is simply a vision at this stage, of getting your oars in order, right? In terms of getting really clear on what speaks to my inner passion, my inner flame, my inner fire. The Hierophant in reverse, 10 of Cups in reverse together. Hierophant is looking over at the 10 of Cups. So this is all like creative processing, right? It's like planning the stages of a creative process. That's what I'm feeling. Hierophant is a very wise card. Speaks to knowledge, wisdom, right? One that is very inborn. this Hierophant is standing on this key, right? Just kind of perched. And the Hierophant is like calling out, right? Almost like foreshadowing, like, hey, the storm is coming, right? There's this break of lightning in the background. And it's kind of like that's the key to wisdom, to answers. So I'm feeling that here, right, there's a lot of searching for answers, right? Searching. Even introspectively, right? Trying to make sense of our options. And decide once and for all what ignites that true passion and flame. Which one is the one? Which one is the one? It's like that, right? It's like trying to pick something, right? Like you go to like a car lot and you're like looking at all the different cars and you're like, which one speaks to me? What does it look like? What does it drive like? So on and so on, right? It's like you're trying to really decide and sift through all of your options and decide really in a real way, consulting your inner wisdom and intuition, that which is true to you and real to you. And your inner wisdom and your inner intuition, I feel, is sensing, is motioning over to this expression of truth, expression of emotional truth, right? So it's like almost like let it out, like tap into this space, even experiment, Leo, right? It's like experiment. Just start painting, like do it, try something, just try it, test drive the car. That's like what this is saying. The Hierophant is like, hey, listen, in order to figure this out, whatever this is going to be for you, take your marker set out or your painting palette, right? And start painting, right? Start painting and see what starts to flow for you. It's almost like you're trying, Leo. It's almost like you're trying to like almost like decide like, oh, this is the direction I want to go in. This is the creative direction that I want to go in. Is this the creative direction I want to go in? Like from a theoretical standpoint almost perhaps, right? But like the Hierophant is like, whoa. You need to like actually put the theory of all these different options into some sort of practice, into some sort of like implementation of some sort where you're able to test it. It's not like, you go to the car lot and you're like, I have a feeling that is going to be what I really want. That one is the one maybe, right? Is that the one or is that the one? It's like you got to test drive it because you never know, right? Once you test drive it, hey, something might pop up to you that you're like, whoa, I'm really glad I test drove that. I'm not comfortable with the way that it, rides. So I'm getting a strong feeling, a strong urging of test drive. That's where you will find your answers. Test drive your different options, right? Okay. Leo, this was a beautiful reading. It seems that a lot is coming forward for you here, okay, on this journey. It seems to be a significant journey, one that speaks to you personally, very personally. Absolutely. Okay, look, I'm zeroing in on my kyanite crystal as I'm closing this out for you guys. I know that communication, and I'm feeling communication is perhaps an element in this whole process for you in some shape or form, right? Especially with the Justice card in reverse, especially with Father of Swords in reverse, right? Whatever this changes that you need to make, right? Communication is an element to it. And whatever environment or situation you're in, right? Communication, I'm feeling, has been a part of it, right? Maybe in a way that is stagnant, right? Or uncomfortable, or maybe there's a certain sense of element of passivity, right? Passive aggressiveness, not communicating how we truly feel, not being able to fully express, repression, right? Repressive sort of energy. So Leo, as you move forward on this journey, I encourage you, right? If you have a kyanite crystal or any other medium, right, by which you can communicate in a way that is self-empowered, in a way that is clear, concise, right? Really forming the clarity not only like intellectual clarity, but even clarity, the merging between your spiritual half and your intellectual mind. Whatever you can do to solidify those two parts of your being, right, in such a way where you then you feel very much at peace and at one with what you're communicating to people and how you're communicating it, right? I feel that that will help you in some shape or form, okay? That kind of just flowed in a very channeled way. I'm compelled to tell you guys that, all right? So communication is key for you guys, and it may, if you feel a little bit anxiety about it, then just, right, take a step back, really align with yourself, your truth, what is true to me, right? And with High Priestess in reverse that we got, right, you could be feeling a little bit out of sorts with your intuition even regarding this change, whatever it is, right? It's almost like, look, the polarity and the contrast between these two approaches, it's like you're not able to really tap into this. Maybe you haven't been able to really tap into this. And that's been maybe making what is a word? Like building the pressure for you. Okay, making it feel almost even more distant in a way, making it feel even harder to achieve or step into, right? If that is the case, Leo, if that is the case, try to align with yourself as much as you can. Like the Hierophant suggests, tap in, start experimenting. Even if you're still in the situation, just start small, let things out bit by bit, get involved, get your hands dirty, get paint on your fingers, right? Test drive, right? It's not like black or white, all or nothing until I'm done with this completely, then I'm going to be done. Start to acclimate a bit. That's what I'm feeling for you, okay? Start to acclimate a bit to this change that you're making, and I'm feeling that you're going to feel more comfortable with whatever it is that you have to communicate in regards to it, okay? Thank you so much, Leo, for tuning in. I will be back with your last quarter moon reading. We are in that phase now, so I'm gonna be in with that reading for you guys. Hopefully soon today, if not tomorrow, the latest. And let's see what else. Feel free to check out your rising, ascendant, or moon sign, as oftentimes those will provide even further insights for you. I know that I resonate a lot with my moon sign, all right? So it can provide some extra details as to your situation, all right? Thank you so much again for tuning in. Also, if you don't know your rising, ascendant, or moon, I have a link in the bio description below. Feel free to click that, enter in your details. Just make sure that your time is correct, even down to the minute, as that can change your signs, all right? Thank you, Leo, so much. Enjoy February, the rest of it, and March as well. Bye.